these two teams today, Rachel?
Yeah, I thought Motherwell did well yesterday. They obviously respected their opponents. They tried to stay in the game as long as possible, but it meant that there was probably few chances for either side, and they couldn't quite do enough to find a way to get back in it. But yeah, today I think it will be a case of both. I think initially, you know, it might be a little bit edgy. You'd expect some nerves. It is a big occasion, but I think ultimately it'll be the team that can be creative in that final third.
It's a positive start for Lou down this left side. She tries to get the ball into the box, and Celtic have an early corner. Really positive from Shen Menglu, who will be playing as a left wing back for Fran Alonso's side today, but that's exactly what the Celtic boss will want to see in the opening 30 seconds of this match.
Yeah, she's got electric pace and she's very, very good with the ball at her feet, and you just see a small glimpse of that there, and that's a warning sign, I would say, down that left hand side.
Can Celtic create something early from this set piece? The ball whipped into the 6-yard box. However, Alistair Grieve has spotted a foul in there. It will be a free kick to Glasgow City.
I'm not too sure there's much in that. I think that's possibly the ref saying he doesn't want he doesn't like that setup, and he's not having it.
Lee Gibson will play the ball over to Amy Muir. Tries to go on a run, but it's dispossessed. Gallagher challenged by Claire Walsh. It's brought in by Chinchilla. There's Lauder. Muir, a good challenge there as Gallagher tries to get the ball forward, but there's no one to support over. Lauder. Walsh. Just assessing, looking for the right option. So nearly finds it. It was the run of Priscilla Chinchilla, but there was just too much on it down the channel.
Yeah, the pitch looks like it's going to run fast as it did yesterday, but I'd say Celtic have started the brighter of the two so far.
That will be a foul. It's gone the way of Celtic. Emily Whelan asking the question. She felt that it possibly could have been a free kick to Glasgow City.
Yeah, I think that's possibly one the ref could have let go. I don't think there was much in it from either side. I think that's what you do get with having players like Lisa Robertson and Natalie Ross in the middle of the park. You know, they enjoy that side of the game. They enjoy making those tackles, those 50-50s, and they're very good at it. And you know, then when they have the ball, they can find passes too. So definitely two strong players for Celtic in the middle today.
There's an early yellow card. It's come out in the opening 3 minutes of the game. And Alistair Grieve, the referee, certainly stamping his authority on this game.
Yeah, I hope as the game goes on we allow it to flow, because I think these two teams have players that enjoy the ball and, you know, will look to create things individually with combinations, and I don't think that necessarily will help if we see free kicks every few minutes. But early stages, and I think both teams will just be a little bit anxious and trying to get that foothold in the game.
Will be Pradazinsa will be walking a tightrope for the rest of this game. Of course, it can go to extra time and penalties today as well. It will be decided today who will return to play Rangers in the final of this competition, as Lee Gibson flips the ball to this near side for Amy Muir. Eventually looked to be crowded out, but there's another free kick.
Yeah, like, again, not for me. I think it's competitive. You have two teams who will like to do that.
Whelan keeps it in play, but shrugged off by Kelly Clark. The ball will be back to Pamela Tahanar, who gets her first touch of the game. The Mexican international in goal for Celtic today. Here's Menglu showing that pace once again down the left. Menglu, it's a wonderful run. She gets to the byline. It will be pulled back for a free kick, though. She was tripped just as she was trying to stride forward and get into a crossing position. Yeah,
I think it looks like Oscarson might have a little bit of trouble down that side, and going to ask a lot of Lauren Davidson to probably double up and track back, and I think that's probably a ploy by Celtic, because Lauren Davidson, I know, would much rather be further forward, and if you can get her having to defend in her own third, then you're definitely taking away a big threat for City going the other way.
Celtic have had the better of it in the opening 5 minutes as they look to create something from another set piece opportunity. Weren't able to from an early corner as a foul was given in the box, but we'll see if this can amount to anything.
Yeah, they've got attacking threats in there. Tash Flint will be causing trouble. You've got Caitlin Hayes, who obviously has notched up a fair goal tally this season as well.
Ball is whipped into the edge of the 6-yard box and the header goes wide. It did take a nick on the way through, and it will be a corner to Celtic.
Yeah, she's really good at attacking the ball, Caitlin Hayes, and you see her get up there, and in credit to Glasgow City, it's good defending. They don't give her much space and just do enough to probably get a deflection on that header and see it out for a corner.
Another delivery, this one from the corner. It's into a good area, but the header goes away from goal. Could be kept alive. Here's Ross, crunching challenge, and that's going to be another booking. This time it's the name of Natalie Ross that goes into the book.
Yeah, I've definitely been on the end of a few of those Natalie Ross tackles. Like I said, she's a committed player. I think possibly just to follow through there is a sore one in the end. I don't think it was malicious, but just one of those ones that's a little bit nasty for if you're the person on the other end of it.
Yeah, Beatrice Pradezinsa looks to be okay. Bit of a limp, but she will get up and continue. Spaniard who joined from Villarreal last summer.
Yeah, I think she's been a good introduction to the City team this season. Great footballer, very technical, very able to link the play from back to front.
Claire Walsh striding out from the back, but she's caught in possession. Gallagher. It's chipped over the head of Jacinta, but Celtic keep it alive. Here's Lou. Once again looking to cause problems with her pace. Here's Jacinta. It's good play by Jacinta, but it's really good from Jenna Clark just to shield the ball out of play.
Yeah, very good. Just use their body there, sees it out, and Tash Flint's a handful. She's a player that's got really great experience, played for some top clubs down in England, and a shrewd acquisition, I think, by Fran Alonso to bring her up here. She's someone who is very capable of holding the ball in. She uses her body very well, and she's certainly got an eye for goal.
Yeah, scored a couple against Glasgow City last weekend, Natasha Flint. Has WSL experience as well, has played for the likes of Blackburn and Leicester. Yet to really see anything in these opening stages from Glasgow City going forward. They'll hope to try and create something here with a throw in on that far side. Whelan just unable to get the ball under control. It cleared long towards Amy Gallagher, but it does go out of play for a Glasgow City throw.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing there for City. You know, you've thrown in a good area, a chance to probably get your team up the pitch and just keep some possession in the opposition half, and too easy for it to be just overturned there, I would say.
Well, it's Amy Muir with the foul this time. And it's certainly not been a game that's flowed so far, Rachel. There's been a few tasty challenges and maybe a few free kicks that could have been let go as well.
Yeah, there have been. I think you can feel probably the nerves from both teams. They know what's at stake, and they know that both teams have the quality to hurt one another. So you possibly would expect it to be like this. I'm hopeful the game will settle down and we will see some nice free-flowing football.
It certainly is showing the competitive nature that's been shown on the pitch and also shown in the league table as well. Will be an exciting end to the season in the SWPL 1, especially with the introduction of the split as well. Glasgow City, Celtic and Rangers all still to play each other a couple of times and not much separating them. lots to play for in this competition and in the league as well.
Yeah, I think the split's been fantastic. I think it's something that, you know, we've seen in the men's game for a number of years now, but I think specifically in the women's, when you probably have teams at different stages of changing the structure to a professional environment, I think it allows the best teams to play one another a lot more, and it's a lot more competitive. And I think also for the mid-table teams and the teams at the other end, it gives them a chance as well to play games that are a lot closer and just a lot more enjoyable for everyone.
Whelan just trying to thread that ball through for Lauren Davidson. Unable to Celtic win possession, but end up putting it out of play. There's a few nice passes from Glasgow City there. They're just trying to settle themselves into this game.
They are, yeah, just slowly finding their feet, I would say.
Oscarson to take this throw. It comes off Menglu and is back in the possession of Glasgow City. Celtic will just go all the way back to Pamela Tahanar. Happy to be patient, pass this one out from the back. This one switched out to Menglu. Jacinta. Just unable to find the pass through to Menglu.
Yeah, good play from Celtic, great switch from Caitlin Hayes. I think City got themselves a little caught there, you know, a little bit of pressure from the front three, but nothing behind that, backing it up, and just allows the switch and opens City up a little bit. They do well to recover, but I think, you know, they either need to decide, do they want to press high and put Celtic under pressure. Otherwise I think they'll get picked off and could end up exposed in those wide areas, as we've already seen from Lou.
Jenna Clark goes long. Davidson. Won back by Celtic, but it's immediately back in the possession of Glasgow City. That's shielded well. Tahanar will come out and just gather that one up.
Yeah, straightforward in the end for Celtic, just to clean that up. Good experience from Kelly Clark.
Amy Muir to take this throw. Joined from Hibs last summer. Ross. Menglu. Throws that one in towards Flint, but Ross recovers it for Celtic. That one just, the spin caught Hannah Kerner out.
Yeah, I think she didn't quite anticipate that one. It looked like it was going to be comfortable possession and just spun away from her.
Maybe just getting used to this big Hampden pitch. Oscarson. Pradezinsa. Jenna Clark goes all the way back to Lee Gibson. Walsh looking to get Chinchilla involved. Real exciting talent, Priscilla Chinchilla. That's a wonderful pass as well through to Hayley Lauder. It was the first real opening for Glasgow City in this game, but it was Priscilla Chinchilla just showing her quality there.
Yeah, excellent pace, just takes the ball inside and dribbles away from it. I think it was Natalie Ross was the closest defender. Lovely little reverse pass to Hayley Lauder, who'd made that run, obviously playing centrally today, but quite natural on that left-hand side. And I know she'll be disappointed because she's got great quality from the wide area, and as you say, straight into the goalkeeper's hands.
Yeah, Chinchilla has really impressed since she arrived in Scotland. SWPL Player of the Year last season. 44 goals and 79 appearances for Glasgow City.
Not a bad return.
I think Leanne Ross will be happier with the last few minutes. Glasgow City seeing more of the ball in Celtic's half.
I would say so. You know, third of the way through the first half, kind of the opening stages where those nerves are around, you probably can't assess too much. You kind of need to allow your players to get rid of those nerves and just play with that freedom, and possibly starting to see a little bit of that now from City. But I'm quite interested. They're taking a higher start position now, but they've sat relatively deep. Don't know if that's just to try and null out the fact that Celtic do have that pace in the wide areas and also centrally through Jacinta.
Well, we saw that high press work well there because Pamela Tahanar kicked the ball out of play. Another free kick goes Celtic's way. Takes, goes over to O'Riordan. Tahanar, collision in the box there. There's some calls from Glasgow City players for a penalty, but I'm not sure there was much in it.
No, I don't think you're ever going to get that. Kelly Clark definitely made sure she got in the way. I think that's probably all that it was.
Whelan trying to play it through for Chinchilla, but should maybe be a bit annoyed at herself, Whelan, there, that she wasn't able to find the right pass, as this one is played over the top of the City defence. It is dealt with in the end by Oscarson.
Yeah, just for a moment there she hesitated. I think she wasn't sure if she was going to just almost chest it back to Leigh Alexander, but does well in the end to just turn away. Tash Flint right in her heels, does the sensible thing, sees it out for a throw-in. Getting end-to-end stuff now, isn't it?
Yeah, we did just see that incident again between Kelly Clark and Emily Whelan. I think just Kelly Clark using her body well. Oscarson goes forward to Whelan. Davidson. Menglu, wonderful turn by Shen Menglu. Jacinta cuts inside, or tries to anyway, but it's well dealt with by Jenna Clark, who can stride forward. We've seen her do that often. Well, that is really calm, isn't it, from Caitlin Hayes, because she could have been in a bit of trouble there. A couple of Glasgow City players closing her down, but just flicking
nice
that ball around the corner. Nice
feet, good awareness, was aware of the pressure, dealt with it superbly.
Friday Zainsa, side ball all the way back to Lee Gibson. Neither goalkeeper with a save to make so far in the opening 18 minutes of this game so far. As Gibson finds Muir, but she's chased down quickly by Kerner. Gets the ball back though. Muir flips that towards Whelan, but a combination of Ross and Robertson get it back in Celtic's possession. Menglu. Once again showing that pace. This time it's dealt well with by Anna Oscarson. That was a vital touch by Claire O'Riordan just to take it off the toes of Whelan. It's a wonderful ball through. Here's Flint, one-on-one! And there's the opening goal for Celtic. It's Natasha Flint. The Glasgow City players, they feel it was offside, but the flag stayed down, and Natasha Flint makes it 1-0 to Celtic.
Yeah, magnificent finish, clinical, and she's very, very good at that. Confident striker, drills the ball low past Lee Gibson, and it looked like a well-timed run from up here. Just seeing it on the replay now, we won't know if she was off, but you see that, puts her foot through it firm, side foots it past Lee, and goals for Glasgow City, and nothing she can probably do there. You'd expect Tash Flint to score, and she does, and it's 1-0 Celtic.
Well, we've seen in this game so far how comfortable the Celtic defenders are with the ball at their feet, and that was another example of it, because the ball through from Caitlin Hayes was spot on. When Natasha Flint is in that type of position, goes back up to find the back of the net.
I'm just seeing the City backline there looking incensed at the decision, and you know, possibly we'll see it again and see a different angle, but I think that's a couple of goals now they've lost from a similar type of goal. You can't allow strikers to run off you like that, and you know, I think you possibly can't rely on decisions either. You know, we don't have the luxury of VAR at this stage, and you know, to let someone like that who's so good in the penalty area just run freely in behind you, a simple through ball, a straight through ball from the middle of the pitch. I think City really should be disappointed that they've allowed that opportunity to even come about.
Glasgow City will look to hit back quickly, and they've got a free kick in a good position after a foul on Emily Whelan.
Yeah, and this will be the first time really they've had the chance to put the ball into the Celtic penalty area and try and test them. And you know, both teams are good in there, I would say, and Jenna Clark likely will be the target for this one, and possibly they have something up their sleeve that they can work to try and get her some space to get a free header.
Jenna Clark has a Hampden goal to her name already, scored here on her Scotland debut against the Faroes. Wouldn't she love to add to that Hampden tally today? Pradizinsa to deliver this one. So vital flick on at the front post that just took it away from any orange shirts. Will be whipped back into a really dangerous area, but once again it's calm defending from Celtic.
Yeah, terrific ball in, terrific defending.
Some players maybe would have slashed at that one, but Claire O'Riordan happy to take that touch, take a bit of time, get the ball away from danger. Good turn by Kern Ross. Lovely touch inside from Natalie Ross.
Great player, Natalie Ross. Someone who probably doesn't get spoken about too much. She'll cover a lot of ground today. She'll do a lot of the hard work, and just like that, you know, she'll try and link play, keep the ball moving.
The fact that she was picked up by Arsenal earlier in her career shows that she's had that quality for a long time. Has suffered from injuries though. It's battled back well.
Yeah, suffered from some bad ones, couple of bad ankle injuries that unfortunately meant, you know, she didn't probably play as many games for Arsenal as she would have liked. But I grew up with Natalie from the north as well. We played for rival teams for the most part, and always really enjoyed playing with her and against her. You always knew you'd get a battle, and she's definitely someone who, you know, I think is maybe one of the most underrated players, certainly playing in the league.
Just the 23 minutes it took for you to get the Aberdeen link in there.
Well, you know, we like to stick up for each other.
Davidson. Oscarson, it's well over the head of Whelan, but Chinchilla put the pressure on Tahana. It's forced her to put the ball out of play.
Yeah, it looked a bit of a nothing ball really, didn't it? Just a clearance almost, but you see the pace there and the willingness to just chase it down and get City a throw in that now I would like to see them try and just keep the ball a little bit more in this half and try and create something a little more purposeful.
Yeah, it hasn't been a good week for Glasgow City at all. That defeat to Celtic last weekend, and then a last minute defeat to Rangers midweek, as you mentioned earlier on. It's really not like Glasgow City to be losing 2 games in a row, 3 games in a row. It really is unthinkable. 3 big games this week. We've got a chance here. It's a curling effort. Tahana seemed to know it was going wide.
Yeah, very casually let that go by her post, didn't she? And I'm not sure it was too far away, but good play from City. I think, you know, mentally they'll be challenged now. They've gone behind again, and I think this is where you look for your more experienced players to keep everyone going.
Yeah, just a bit of frustration there from Caitlin Hayes, trying to get that one up the park, but only put out of play. to Walsh. It's a really nice switch to Davidson. Oscarson forward to King of Kozak. It's a big challenge.
Strong challenge, great challenge though. Clearly wins the ball. Again, you've got Lisa Robertson covering in that channel. Another one who'll put a tackle in, put herself about.
Sliced up into the air by O'Riordan. She gets it away this time. Here's Flint asking a lot of Kerner. Walsh to Whelan. It's back with Walsh now. Kozak is down in the centre circle. Play will continue. I think eventually Alistair Grieve will stop things just to make sure that King of Kozak is okay.
Yeah, hard to see what really happened there. Just to think the ball bobbling, bouncing around in the middle of the pitch, and both teams trying to just get their foot on it. Just must have got caught.
Both these teams littered with internationals. Shows the standard we've got here. King of Kozak is one of those. Made her Poland debut at the age of 18.
Yeah, she'd be another good addition for the team, but she's still sitting on the ground. I think wonder if her boot has come off. One of those awkward ones when the laces are in a knot and it takes you forever to undo it and get your shoe back on.
She's still fixing that boot, but we are back underway.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Oscarson forced that forward when she could clearly see her teammate was not quite ready, but
Glasgow City take this one quickly as well. Here. Chinchilla and it's Robertson who gets it away. Glasgow City will try and get it back towards the Celtic box with Lauder. He's claiming for a throw in, but it will go Glasgow City's way. Chinchilla finds Lauder, or tried to anyway. The ball rolls out of play. Glasgow City will get a corner.
I think Glasgow City's threat is largely going to come down this left-hand side quite naturally. I think Chinchilla and Lauder will link up.
As Chinchilla's cross towards the front post, a couple of Celtic players combined to get that one away from the 6-yard box. It's Natalie Ross that gets her boot on that one. Eventually it is cleared only as far as Muir. Sliding challenge of Amy Gallagher. There's a family connection with Celtic. It was her great grandfather Patsy Gallagher who played for the men's team. She's now representing Celtic women's side. Zinsa gets it forward to Kozak. Jacinta just making a nuisance of herself in there. So is Amy Gallagher. And the free kick goes Celtic's way.
Just untidy again from City, you know, dwelling on the ball in that central area. You won't get the time there. You need to keep the ball moving. Whether you move it on, try and combine, or take it yourself. But just getting caught twice, you know, Kozak then Prades. But I think the game, since the goal, it's kind of become a little bit of a scrap. Neither team's really found that composure.
You can see Fran Alonso there just urging his Celtic players up the park, as that one is played forward, but it is over the head of Natasha Flint. Lee Gibson just assessing her options. Keeps a hold of it under pressure from Chinchilla, but is forced all the way back. Here's O'Riordan. Menglen. Well dealt with by Davidson. Now Lauder has space, decides to check back. Shrugs off the challenge of Ross. Mirror to Chinchilla. A bit of luck involved in that one, but she won't mind because she's away from Caitlin Hayes, but it's a good recovery from Hayes. And then Lisa Robertson helps in getting that one away from the Celtic box.
Yeah, really good from Caitlin Hayes there. Just got beaten initially with an unfortunate ricochet. Chinchilla just looking for a little bit of skill to get by her, but she does well to recover and nicely sweeped up. I think it was possibly Kelly Clark that came round in the end as well.
It's well won by Kozak. Pointing to where she wanted Lauren Davidson to run, but I think there's just going to be too much on that. A helping hand from Kelly Clark. It will be a goal kick to Celtic.
I think in those areas City really want it to be Hayley Lauder that's possibly on the ball a little bit more. I think she's got the vision to try and pick out somebody and play that sort of key pass that's going to break Celtic down. It's difficult with the three centrally at the back. You know, they're compact, they're difficult to get in between, but that's why you need to see players like Hayley just find the spaces and find the ball a lot more. Celtic equally be aware of that though, and will be doing what they can to eliminate those situations as well as they possibly can.
Anna Oscarsson to take this throw. Goes into the box, bounces over the head of Whelan. And that one bounced out, will be a throw in. Celtic's three central defenders have dealt well with Glasgow City so far in this game.
Yeah, they have. They've not really been troubled by much, but part of that is because good disciplined defending, you know, difficult to get in between them, and they're comfortable in 1v1 situations, got good pace, willing to defend.
Ball floated in towards Jenna Clark, who you think will always be the target for these set pieces. Pamela Tahanar in the Celtic goal, happy to gather, but Alistair Grieve, the referee, will just stop things, checking an injury.
Yeah, Jenna stands head and shoulders above almost everyone, but good defending again. Caitlin Hayes, she attacks the ball well, makes it difficult, and you know, a little disappointing I think there. The ball sort of bounces in around the 6-yard box. You'd expect City to have a few more players closer to the goal, and they'd all sort of dropped off. Just quite comfortable in the end for the Celtic goalkeeper to just pick up the pieces.
Well, Anna Oscarsson is okay, she's recovered. Head back to her right back position. She was only signed in February, Anna Oscarsson. First time she's played outside of Sweden. She's got a handful of international caps to her name. One of what was a bit of an influx of players that joined Glasgow City in that January window from all parts of the globe. It's a lovely touch by Flint, trying to find the run of Amy Gallagher. Glasgow City will break forward. Kozak stopped in her tracks legally, according to the referee. That one was never going to find a green and white shirt. Hayes to Clark. Jacinta, who Celtic may want to try get on the ball a bit more. She was the SWPL Young Player of the Year last season, Jacinta.
Yeah, we've not seen too much of her today, and I think that's possibly because she's up against Prades, who, you know, you're probably looking at two key players, or key player from either side there, and because they're possibly going head to head, it's difficult for either one to kind of, you know, get their foot in the game and dominate and control. But I think possibly Celtic will want her to have a little more influence than she has so far.
Lisa Robertson with a foul on Emily Whelan there, who was just trying to stride towards the Celtic goal. once again it's another set piece opportunity for Glasgow City. Fradizinsa aim this one towards the Celtic box. He's got the touch. Still danger in there. It's a collision in the box, nothing in it though, and Gallagher pass it back. It's a long ball forward towards Jacinta, but it will be a header from Fradizinsa and then flicked on by Kozak. Whelan's ball is just straight at Flint, who's back doing some defensive work. Maybe not the exact pass that she was trying, but it went to her intended target in the end. Clark has some defending to do here, does it well, and finds the pass. Davidson, here's Whelan, but once again just not winning that battle against the Celtic centre back. Mengel. Walsh winning the header this time. Lovely couple of touches from Chinchilla. She gets the ball forward towards Lauren Davidson. She's got an angle to work with. I wonder if she thought she had support up there, Lauren Davidson. Maybe caught between shooting and crossing. Chose the wrong option.
Yeah, she absolutely did. I thought at one point she was just going to stride away in behind. Couldn't quite break away from, I think it was Kelly Clark that was matching her. And in the end, probably really good defending to just force her at an angle that she didn't feel she could quite get a strike on goal. And she's put a decent ball across, but unfortunately she was a good 20-30 yards ahead of anyone else in an orange shirt.
Once again, just another flash of what Priscilla Chinchilla is capable of. She picked the ball up in midfield.
Yeah, lovely feet once again, great weight on the pass, and Lauren's got, you know, a great change of pace, and she loves to drive the ball. And I was just thinking, we haven't seen her get the ball to her feet right in front of her and go 1v1. And then, like I say, really good defending to just snuff out what could have really been a potential dangerous opportunity for City.
Fradizinsa will deliver, but it may just be a stoppage. Emily Whelan has just gone over to the touchline. I think she's been told to go out actually for some treatment, so she won't be involved in this free kick. Well, there's going to be another free kick to Glasgow City, this one in a much more dangerous area, just outside the box.
Yeah, and it's O'Riordan that's fouled. I think Jenna Clark obviously identifying that they started outside the box and didn't want to give her a run into the area, and the referee's obviously been closely watching and deemed that that's a foul.
Yeah, it did look to be dropping into a dangerous area, that ball, but I'm sure there'll be a couple of Glasgow City players that will be eyeing this one up in a good position.
Yeah, I would imagine Hayley Lauder definitely wants to be the one taking this, but we'll see. There's a couple of players around the ball. Potentially they've got something up their sleeves to work.
Will she pull rank as captain? Is that a move you've used a few times?
Probably not in free kicks, no. I used to play when Leanne Ross took them, and her record's exceptional, so you wouldn't even ask.
Well, Lee Gibson's actually just come into the Celtic half to give some instructions there. I think she's maybe spotted something to do with the wall or the goalkeeper that she's giving some advice as Emily Whelan makes her way back onto the pitch after receiving treatment. There are two standing over it for Glasgow City. Lauren Davidson with the right foot, Hayley Lauder with the left. Will be Davidson straight off the Celtic wall. The second attempt is as well. There's Chinchilla, but the flag goes up for offside. It will go down as a wasted opportunity for Glasgow City.
Yeah, well, I'm so surprised that Lauren Davidson took that. I think that's one, the texture of Hayley Lauder's left foot. She has the ability to just get that up and down, and it's very difficult to do. Not many players can do it, but she certainly can. And Lauren's gone for power, and you see the size of the wall. I don't know that the ball was ever going to sneak through, but yeah, a wasted chance, I would certainly say.
Fradizinsa is fouled by Natasha Flint. In fact, I think it's gone the other way.
Yeah, I think the referee's got that one wrong. I think you can always tell by the way the players move, and I think all the Celtic players dropped off, and yeah, well in the middle of the pitch, so I don't think that's, the game will continue, and I'm sure City will win the ball back and forget about it.
Emily Whelan now sporting the emergency shirt there, no number on the back for her now. She's been forced to change it as part of the treatment. She just went off a few moments ago.
Yeah, I must have taken a knock, and a little bit of blood in the shirt that must be, so the kit persons made sure they had the spare one with them, which is always good.
Just around 4 minutes to go of this first half between Glasgow City and Celtic in this Women's Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden. It's Celtic who have the lead, and that goal came from Natasha Flint 20 minutes into this game. Glasgow City players were claiming for offside, but Natasha Flint, there was only one thing in her mind, it was to go for goal, slotting it past Lee Gibson. It puts Celtic in a good position at the moment. Rangers awaiting the winner in the final. Good defending by Hayes.
The game's just evened out a little bit. I think both teams have cancelled each other out so far. It's obviously tight, there's not much in it, and you know, I think both managers probably will like to get to half-time, and you know, obviously City will be pushing for the goal, but I also think they certainly won't want to lose another one in these final few minutes either.
See Fran Alonso there just trying to calm everything down. Has been an eventful few weeks for Fran Alonso, but he's kept his cool throughout and kept focused with big games coming thick and fast.
Yeah, and he's quite an animated character on the bench. You know, you hear him. He's always encouraging his players. Very animated with his hands. And yeah, almost ironic him asking the team to calm down.
Ball is through for Chinchilla, who does well to shift the ball inside. Comes Davidson, trying to find space, does well to get into the box, cuts it across. Deflection takes it into the arms of Tahanar. With a crowded box in there. Glasgow City just unable to really test the Mexican goalkeeper.
Yeah, good comfortable hands in the end. Does well to just hold it in. But brilliant play from Chinchilla. Great vision to see the pass inside the penalty box to Lon Davidson, and you know, she does well too actually. 2 or 3 players round her does well to get the ball at her feet. Puts a ball across, but comfortably saved by the goalkeeper and comes to nothing.
Jacinta threads that one through for Gallagher, but this time the flag does go up. It was finished by Amy Gallagher, but this one won't count. The assistant on this near side spotting an offside, looked to be the right call on first inspection.
Yeah, definitely offside, but I actually think Tash Flint wasn't, and I just wonder had they recognised that, if they'd allowed her to go on. I actually think the flag might not have gone up. So a little warning sign for City there. A similar situation arising that cost them the early goal, and you know, they really need to be very diligent over those runs in behind.
Yeah, another warning sign for Glasgow City. Ross, Gallagher, Flint, over to Menglo. Into the box, cuts it back, Gallagher blocked, and Glasgow City get away with that one. Whelan, end-to-end stuff here at the end of this first half. Davidson has options, will she go herself? She tries it with a left foot, and It's a great save from Tahanar because it was a really good effort from the edge of the box from Lauren Davidson.
Terrific effort. As you said, it's end to end. Good defender inside City's own box there. Lou getting the chance to go 1v1. We haven't seen much of her since those early stages, and it just opened up. I think at one point it was 4v4 there, and Lauren Davidson choosing to just cut inside. She's willing to hit with both feet. This time striking it with the left foot brings a great save.
Well, she got her first Scotland goal in February of this year. Lauren Davidson scored against the Philippines.
Not too dissimilar from that.
Well, what a time this would be to score for Glasgow City on the stroke of half time. Pradezinsa with the delivery goes towards the front post. It's flicked on, and Natalie Ross could just hook that one away. Danger isn't over though. Goes that to Davidson. Back over to Kozak, but it's dealt with by Natalie Ross, and that will be the half-time whistle here at Hampden Park, where Celtic have the lead after the opening 45 minutes. It was a goal from Natasha Flint. It was a strong start to the game for Celtic. They certainly were the better side in the opening stages. However, Glasgow City have grown into this game as well in the last few minutes. Certainly entertaining as well, end-to-end stuff, chances at both ends there. A big save from Pamela Tahanar just a few moments ago to keep Lauren Davidson's shot out. Fran Alonso will be the happier of the two managers at the break.
Yeah, you would expect so. Celtic look comfortable with that 1-0 lead, and they've just shown their last few minutes just how dangerous they can be on the counter-attack. And you know, as the game opens up, those opportunities are going to come, and City are going to need to be very aware of that, and they're going to be willing to defend, you know, in those 1v1 situations a lot better than say they have done so far. Yeah,
and it has been about who's been the most clinical, really. Speaking of clinical, a bit more work to do towards the end of that first half than it did at the start. Glasgow City started piling on a bit of pressure as they chased that equaliser. Were unable to find a breakthrough. Celtic in the driving seat at the moment, but there is still half of this game to go. There's a change as well for Glasgow City. It is Mairead Fulton that's come on for Beatrice Pradezinsa, who was booked early on in the game. Pradezinsa, you wonder if that was maybe part of the thinking from Leanne Ross.
Yeah, she was on the receiving end of a few sore ones. I wonder if also she had possibly a problem, and I would imagine City were looking at changes they would make at different stages in the game and maybe just felt half time was the time to do it anyway.
Well, Mairead Fulton is in really good form. She was the SWPL Player of the Month for February. Not a bad addition, come off the bench. See what impact she can have in this second half, as well as Chloe Craig, who is in that back line for Celtic. Davidson. As well, Davidson. Here's Lauder. Chinchilla whips that one in, and there's a first involvement for Chloe Craig, just getting that header away, and Celtic win the free kick just at the edge of their own box.
Yeah, just as Lauren Davidson played at Hayley Lauder, I wondered if she would just open up and shoot. Nice area, 20 yards out, so she obviously felt, you know, passing it with numbers forward was the better option, but she certainly got it in her to shoot from that distance.
Oscarson. Not getting a moment's peace from Menglu, but it's a nice turn by Oscarson in the end. But a good challenge by Kelly Clark. Flynn. Brilliant hold-up play by Natasha Flynn. Tries to spread that one towards Amy Gallagher, but it's cut out by Amy Muir. Do you think Leanne Ross will have said to her players at half-time?
I think there might have been a few stern words. I think she'll be disappointed with you know, some of the competitiveness in certain areas. I think City have more in them. I feel the movement's not quite been there, the rhythm and the timing. Emily Whelan's struggled to hold the ball up when it's come into her, and you know, she has to do better in these situations. Yeah, she's up against it. There's 3 centre backs there. She has to occupy at times, but you compare that to Tash Flynn, who's probably had less service, but does a more effective job for her team at gaining that territory, holding it in, switching the play, keeping the ball. So I think she will have had some stern words, because ultimately up to this point, I think City have just probably been a little bit passive and a little bit wasteful in certain areas.
Header won well by Hayes. So to get the throw in. Amy Muir with the pressure on Amy Gallagher. Kerner. Ross back to Kerner. Here's Gallagher. She goes down, but be no free kick. Glasgow City's ball, and it comes to Walsh. Chloe Craig, who's already had a few involvements since coming off the bench at half-time.
Yeah, good strong defender, experienced player for the club. Loves Celtic, has been at the club a long time.
Mengley goes in towards the box there, but that one is cleared by Walsh. The flag did go up for offside though. It was a run into the box from Natalie Ross. I think it was possibly Mengley when she received the ball on the near side that was off.
Yeah, looks like it. Good play from Celtic there, though, and obviously was it offside earlier, but good ball in the end, and good defending to not give Natalie Ross an opportunity to get her shot off.
Celtic have been trying to get the ball to Mengley quite a lot in this game. She's shown she can use that pace going down the line, but a chance for Celtic here. Gallagher to Jacinta, the long range strike, but that one will be easily gathered by Lee Gibson.
Yeah, Lee will be glad that that's come back to her hands. I think that was just a bit of decision making there, caught her out. I think Jacinta possibly wanted to reverse that ball into Tash Flint, maybe didn't see her, went for the goal herself. And as I say, Lee will be grateful it was in her hands and she got another opportunity.
Muir's throw on the far side. Kozak inside to Fulton. Davidson cuts in. She likes a shot on her left foot. Davidson just trying to create the space. It was a good challenge by Ross to take the ball off the feet of Fulton. What can Jacinta do going forwards? The ball is just behind Flint. Glasgow City will be happy that that amounted to nothing.
Yeah, just got it slightly wrong with the angles there. Good positive run. Just try to find Tash Flint in her path, and yeah, just slightly behind her, and it's in a comfortable one for the defender in the end.
Hayes can only clear as far as Muir. Here's Fulton. Goes for the strike from distance. Was an optimistic effort from Fulton, but looking to make her mark after he substituted on at the break.
Yeah, she's got a record of scoring goals, and she does like to shoot. I personally think you don't discourage players from taking opportunities, but you also, when you've bodies forward, you want to work a good opportunity.
It's well run by Walsh. She then goes down. Felt it was a free kick. It will only be a throw in for Glasgow City. Celtic caught trying to play out from the back. They've done it pretty well so far in this game, but Emily Walsh was on them quickly. As Kinga Kozak goes down, just caught there by Lisa Robertson. To be in quite a bit of pain.
Yeah, I think it's Lisa's just, you know, come across and put the ball out. Kozak's just lifted her foot up, and it's one of those when you catch the underside of the studs just on the inside of your shin, and it is a sore one. It's possibly a lesson to try and use your body a little bit, try and not let the defender come across you and get their foot in.
Muir. Chinchilla. Great footwork from Chinchilla, cuts it back to Hayley Lauder. Just unable to angle that one towards the goal.
Yeah, that's a huge opportunity, and I think she maybe gets caught what foot to go with. She's comfortable left or right, Hayley. Brilliant feet again from Chinchilla. Gets to the byline, often looks to go inside, but goes to the byline that time. Finds Hayley, and she'll be very disappointed she's not put that on target.
Well, it's promising from Glasgow City as they look to find that equaliser. Kerner, who is scythed down by Chinchilla.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if this isn't also a yellow card.
Well, Alistair Grieve, the referee, is calling the Costa Rican international over. Given what we've seen so far from the referee, as you say, you would be surprised, but maybe it doesn't look as if he's going into his pocket here.
No, he doesn't. I think she'll be fortunate. I don't think it was malicious, but certainly cynical. You know, she's trying to track back, and she does well. She makes up a lot of ground there, and just tries to make the slide tackle and gets it a little bit wrong, and just it is a foul. And normally I think we might see a yellow for that, but not this time.
Caitlin Hayes will look to send this one long into the Glasgow City half. Natasha Flint was the target. Comes all the way back to Hayes. There's that one to Flint. Finds her this time. Hayley Lauder reading that pass in behind.
Yeah, good work from Lauder, but nice interchange from Celtic too. I thought good little combination play, and unfortunate not to get in behind.
I can see a bit of movement on the Glasgow City bench. Jacinta trying to dance her way into the Glasgow City box, but well defended by Claire Walsh. This is probably around the time that Leanne Ross will think about mixing things up.
Yeah, I think she will need to look at her bench. I think they've had good opportunities from either flanks. You know, Chinchilla and Lauren Davidson have done very well when they get the chance to go 1v1, so I would expect them to certainly continue and City to look to find them a little bit more if they can. But they've not had that threat centrally, which I think has been a consistent problem throughout this game.
No foul as Gallagher went down. Comes back to Lee Gibson. Menglu's header towards Jacinta. Back to Menglu. Must be a nightmare to play against at times with that pace. Can she get the delivery? She does win the corner. In fact, it will be a goal kick. It came off Chinese international last.
Yeah, looks a corner to me as well, but no complaints, so must have been a good decision.
Muir. Inside to Lauder. Whelan was claiming she was being held there by Caitlin Hayes.
Yeah, I've just felt her movement's been a little second off. I think there she has to move a little sooner to anticipate that ball coming into her, and I know she's saying she was held, but I think that's where you need that effective movement. You can't give defenders the chance to hold you.
Whelan doing battle with Menglu, keeps the ball in at the touchline. Davidson, it's deflected into a dangerous area, and Tahanar had to be alert there because it was spinning towards that 6-yard box.
Yeah, and Kelly Clark swung a leg at it, and I think she has made some contact, but it does just help the ball go straight into Tahanar's hands. That very much could have ended differently.
Yeah, I think a few hearts and mouths in that Celtic defence for a split second, but Tahanar showing her experience. 38-year-old who went to the World Cup with Mexico in 2015. Craig, Jacinta with the run in behind, but she did stray too far beyond the Glasgow City defence.
Yeah, just a little eager there again. We've not seen too much of Jacinta, and possibly, you know, City have identified her as a little bit of a threat. They're not allowing her time. This time she chooses to go in behind and just a little too keen.
Oscarson. Davison tries to go through the legs of Craig, who's done well so far since she came on. Here's Flint. Craig putting that towards Jacinta, who actually I don't think was looking at the ball at the time, as Emily Whelan goes down holding her right foot and wins a free kick. Glasgow City will be hoping to make more of these set-piece opportunities. They've had quite a few of them. Not really able to test Pamela Tahanar with many of them.
No, they haven't, and pretty much anything inside Celtic's half they've chosen to send into the box. They obviously know the threat they carry, Claire Walsh and Jenna Clark, but so far nothing's come of anything.
Fulton clips that one in, and there is a collision there between Tahanar and I think it was Oscarson that was arriving.
Yeah, it was round the back. Lucky that the ball just bounced and fell in her path again, I think. City, I would say, have probably been the better team so far this second half. I think you can tell that Leanne Ross maybe had some stern words. They've controlled the game, I would say. That being said, Celtic know they have the lead and possibly are comfortable. There's been nothing too clear cut in terms of chances, and you know, they have that back three that at times looks more of a back five, but so far they've been very solid and very happy to defend in numbers.
A few discussions going on in the technical areas about what the next move is for both sets of staff. With an hour gone in this match, this Women's Scottish Cup semi-final. Celtic in the driving seat. It would be Rangers they'd meet in the final, back here at the National Stadium. However, Glasgow City, they want that ticket back to Hampden. That is a foul by Hannah Turner.
Just gets caught in the ball. I think that's a good foul to give away. You know you've got caught. You know that you're going to have to chase the heels of Chinchilla that's got good pace. Good decision to bring her down.
It's taken quickly by Glasgow City. Here's Chinchilla. It's headed out for a corner. It was good defending.
Fantastic from Caitlin Hayes again. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep, it is. Gets her head on that. It's a brilliant ball in. Quick free kick. Smart thinking. Don't give Celtic time to get set. And it's that last ditch effort that you need from your centre backs, and likely will continue to need for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, Caitlin Hayes has impressed, but this corner will be delayed because Emily Whelan is down.
Yeah, for me, Caitlin Hayes has probably been one of the standout performers so far today. She's a defender that loves to defend, but I feel as well, you know, she's shown today she's got the capabilities with the ball at her feet. She stepped forward, great assist for the goal, and like I say, you know, she's willing to put her body on the line, and just another example there of the good defending she's capable of.
Yeah, player Fran Alonso knows well. He was in charge of Lewis when Caitlin Hayes was there. Now at Celtic together. Came through the youth system of a few different clubs down south, both sides of the Manchester divide, Manchester City and Manchester United. Spent a bit of time at Everton as well. And went off to America to further her career. Well, there is going to be a change for Glasgow City, and I think it will be the end of Emily Whelan's afternoon. It has been a battle for her up top.
It has been. I think she's found it difficult to get much joy. There's not been much change from the Celtic centre backs, and I think it's probably something different, a different proposition for Celtic to have to deal with. And you know, I think she obviously picked up a few knocks as the game's continued. She had to change her shirt early on, and not too surprised to see with 30 minutes to go, City pushing to try and find a way to get that equaliser.
And what a moment this is for Sophia Martin, who only turned 16 in January, signed a 3-year deal just days after that 16th birthday. Glasgow City have high hopes for her, Scotland Youth International. And that's a big show of faith from Leanne Ross, that she's the one that she's turned to try and get Glasgow City back in this game.
Yeah, really exciting to get the chance to, you know, see her play. Someone that I know a lot of players have spoken about. Someone who's very, very exciting, and as you say, youth experience, but getting the chance, you know, senior football will be a step up, and so it'll be great to see what she's capable of, and hopefully she can create something for City in these final few stages.
She is already off the mark for Glasgow City as well. Got her first goal in the Sky Sports Cup quarter-final against Glasgow Women. Fulton's header. Wait for a Celtic throw to be taken by Chloe Craig. Oscarson. Kozak wins it, and there's Davidson challenged by Craig. Kozak wins it back for Glasgow City. Muir. Chinchilla. Then the other, it's great feet. Here is first touch for Sophia Martin, who goes down, but it will be a free kick to Celtic. Sophia Martin's first involvement in this game is going to be receiving a yellow card.
Yes, strange one that, and in fairness, Natalie Ross is not someone that goes down easily, so it must have been a sore one. She's obviously caught her possibly with her studs as she's followed through, but it just looks quite a straightforward pass out to Hayley Lauder that she's overhit. Like I say, the follow through must have just caught Natalie somewhere on the leg. Looks like she's in some discomfort.
Yeah, she will get treatment, Natalie Ross. Has been capped 12 times for Scotland, Natalie Ross. The last of those was back in 2021 though, in a 10-0 win over Cyprus.
Yeah, certainly a player that's been one of the best players that have come through the Scotland youth system. And as we spoke earlier, you know, had a difficult time at Arsenal with injuries. Went there with a lot of promise, huge personal expectations, I think, to do really well, and unfortunately it didn't quite work out. And spent a bit of time probably not playing football so much, and has come back in and obviously got that more recent chance to get back in the national team too.
Was a bit of treatment to the ankle there of Natalie Ross, but she's back up and ready to go. Tahanar to take the free kick. It's flicked on by Ross. She gets the header again at the second attempt. Muir. He was being held back. See Leanne Ross protesting that one in the technical area.
Yeah, and a silly foul too, because I think there was Celtic at the numbers there. I'm not too sure how much further Amy Muir was going to get. A free kick probably was a bit of a lifeline.
And once again, this one pulled back again for a foul by Celtic, and it's going to be a yellow card, much to the enjoyment of the Glasgow City supporters.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's for the tackle or just she looked like she had a few selective words to say to the referee that's possibly got her in more trouble.
Gallagher, the next name, into the book. Has won this competition twice, Amy Gallagher, with Hibs. Would love to lift this new trophy though at the National Stadium.
Yeah, the nice new shiny one.
Oh, there's a big collision in the box there. I'm surprised that play's not been stopped. It eventually will do because there's a head knock. And it was just as Tahanar came out to punch the ball.
And I don't think the goalkeeper had any right coming. I think when I saw her coming, I wasn't quite sure she was going to make it, and she didn't. And I think she's actually just come right into the back of Jenna Clark, who's down. In the end, well defended by it was Caitlin Hayes again. Hayley Lauders noticed the goalkeeper's out. She's gone for an ambitious volley from the edge of the box. It was on target. Caitlin Hayes doing well to just be in the right spot and head it away. I think it's possibly, see Jenna now standing up. I think it's Claire Walsh that's receiving the treatment. I do think it was the goalkeeper that caught her as the ball's just been lofted in.
It was a hefty collision. Glasgow City staff will make sure that Claire Walsh is okay and ready to continue. Always best to take a bit of time over these ones.
Yeah, I think that's something that probably we're still a little too eager. I think when it's a head knock, you do need to be very, very careful. There's a lot more now around concussions and head injuries and the impact it can have later in life, so it's something, yeah, we definitely need to take seriously. It looks like she's okay. Sometimes just when you're caught from behind, it's almost that whiplash effect.
Well, there will be a change for Celtic, and Amy Gallagher makes her way over to the touchline. Her afternoon is over, and it will be Kit Lafersky that comes on. Another recent addition for Celtic.
Yeah, another one that comes with great pace, and this potentially could cause City issues as the game continues. It gets more and more stretched. She's going to look to get in behind, and she has that pace that can certainly cause you problems just on that counter-attack.
Our first goal for the club. Just during the week, I think she's actually maybe still got an earring in, possibly. And that's being checked by the staff. She's been told to head over. There's some sort of issue anyway before she can go on and continue.
Yeah, that's not a good one. That's always one. I think you have the fear that your number might come back up again and the manager of I've had enough, won't tolerate that, but it's taken some amount of time to sort out whatever it is.
Fran Alonso just making the motion for things to hurry up there, because for the time being Celtic are down to 10 men.
They've done well to make this throw-in last as long as they've needed it to. It looks like she's just about ready to enter.
Which still is an issue because she's having to go back over to the bench, and I'm sure this will really be frustrating Fran Alonso on the touchline. It really is. You can see him waving his arms, telling them to get this issue sorted out.
Yeah, nowadays you're not allowed anything like that taped or covered up. It has to come out.
Glasgow City will be hoping they can try and maybe take advantage with Celtic a player down currently. With Celtic in possession, as you say, there's a good bit of game management, I think, when the ball went out for a couple of throw-ins there. Ball over the top, not finding its intended target, and Kinga Kozak.
Yeah, disappointing. Good movement. Lauren Davison just dropped in. Chloe Craig went with her. Space opened up. Just the execution there from Jenna Clark doesn't quite get it right.
Quite incredibly, Celtic still playing with 10 players. Kit Lafersky, who was substituted on, still in the dugout with some sort of issue that's not allowing her to come on yet.
Yeah, Fran Alonso's definitely been more patient than I would, or I have seen some coaches. I'm not quite sure what it could be that it's taken this long.
The play will continue. It will be Lisa Robertson standing over this free kick. Flips it over the top towards Natasha Flint, who went down. It was Claire Walsh that came across and just blocked her run. There's a pass. Doesn't find the target. Has to step in to put the ball out for a throw.
Just the execution there, I think City have really let themselves down with the quality in possession.
Yeah, we can see Kit Lefersky there. There's still something ongoing. You wonder whether Fran Alonso may make a decision soon to substitute someone else on instead, which would be quite an incredible turn of events.
I would say she's very much at risk of that. Looks like someone else has just come to the bench quickly from having warmed up. I wonder if they may get stripped soon.
Glasgow City striding forward. It's Kozak. That one didn't quite catch it properly. It goes wide of Tahanar's goal. See the replay there, just drifts wide of the mark. Chances have dried up in the last few moments. Has been quite a disrupted spell in the game.
It has. I think we're at a stage where there's possibly a couple of legs getting a little bit tired. Maybe the occasion, the earlier kick-off than what some of these games or teams are used to playing. Just think the quality's gone a little bit. I think that's a rather fortunate foul as well for City. I'm not too sure. They were aware Natalie Ross was on their heels, and it looked like she put her foot in the ball. Kozak just tripped over her heels, but a free kick this time. I think Hayley Lauder will play the captain's card and will tell everyone that she's taking this one. I'm not sure she'll shoot from this distance, but I think they need someone of her quality to try and put the goalkeeper under a little more pressure than we've seen so far this half.
Well, Celtic are readying another change. We will wait and see whether that is going to be for Kit Lefersky, who you can see at the back of your picture. Whatever the issue is, still being sorted out. Hayley Lauder does go for goal. That one is over the bar. Never troubling Tahanar.
Yeah, always sailing over that one. Like I said, I think the one closer in was more her range.
Well, genuinely, one of the most incredible things I think I've seen in a football match there, because Kit Lefersky was substituted on around 5 minutes ago. I'm not even sure entered the field of play because there's been some issue in the dugout. That's been sorted out for the past 5 minutes or so, and because it's taken so long, Fran Alonso has made the decision to substitute her off again, and Shen Mengyu is coming on instead.
That is remarkable. I don't think I would want to be going into the next team meeting and sitting at the front. I think I would sheepishly be making my way to the back.
Yeah, we don't know for certain if it is an issue that she could have avoided, but we will wait and see what Fran Alonso has to say about that after the game. As the ball's whipped in and straight into the hands of Tahanar.
Yeah, good set of numbers in the box there. I think there was possibly an opportunity to work something. Not a bad effort, but doesn't really trouble Tahanar.
Around 13 minutes to go in this Women's Scottish Cup semi-final. Rangers await the winners in the final back here at the National Stadium. Tasha Flint's goal 20 minutes into the game is the difference so far. Glasgow City will be keen to see if they can get a goal, possibly take this game to extra time and penalties. Or can Celtic get the next goal, put this game to bed? is short. Jacinta is back to cut it out. Kerner. Just slipped as she passed that ball through, maybe not quite on the same wavelength as Natasha Flint.
Yeah, I think Natasha realised the ball might be coming through to her and probably was just a little late making the run, and Caitlin Hayes didn't spot that, didn't hold it herself. I think she had time to, could have just slotted the ball through, and it was a high Glasgow City line. But in the end, another wasted chance for Celtic to try and find a way to get that cushion in that second goal.
Hayley Lauder's wayward pass has given Celtic a throw in. Flint can try and deliver this one into the box. Does. It drops to the feet of Jacinta. She was just unable to get that ball under control. It dropped to her at quite some pace.
It did. She's got the quality to take that in. I think she could have got a shot off there, and in the end City snuffed it out.
She is again Jacinta. Well dealt with. Here's Davidson. He's been a bit quieter in the second half so far.
Great defending. I think Caitlin Hayes has been head and shoulders above everyone today. Nothing's phased her. Lauren Davidson tries to go round there and I think she slides actually to block the cross. It doesn't come in, and it just allows her that chance to just scoop the ball away from Davidson and clear her lines.
Yeah, she has been a thorn in the side of the Glasgow City attackers today.
Those are really the positions that City want. Lauren Davidson to be getting the ball, the chance to open her legs up, drive 1v1, and really good defending just to match the run, position yourself well to keep her outside. But City will want to try and emulate those situations as much as possible.
I think Leanne Ross is maybe thinking about making another change. As Davidson has that ball back, tries to find Sophia Martin, but there was a foul by Menglu on Davidson as she played the pass towards Martin.
Yeah, just a little tug in the shirt.
And that change will come when it's going to be the end of Hayley Lauder's afternoon. She makes her way to the touchline. And it's going to be Linda Matalo that comes on, the South African. Just 24, but so much experience, over 50 international caps already. Linda Matalo will slot into that Glasgow City midfield.
A little bit of a surprising change, I think, but I do know Hayley Lauder covered a lot of ground. Obviously, when these sides met last weekend and also the midweek game, it's not been an easy week for City, and Hayley's covered a significant distance. She'll be disappointed to come off, but it's possibly just fresh legs. City need that now. They need to give everything for the next 10 minutes to get themselves out of the trouble they're in.
Martin. As well, Martin to keep a hold of the ball and pick the pass to Davidson. Goes through towards Kozak, but there's Chloe Craig. Put her foot through it. Linda Matalo will be keen to try and make her mark as well, because she was the only City player that dropped out of the starting lineup from that midweek defeat to Rangers. She'll have been keen to start this game, but now has less than 10 minutes to make an impact in this game.
Yeah, and that's it. You're looking for a reaction. I think City are going to need to show some character. It's probably something there's been a few question marks over off the back of the last two results and then the performance today. And you know, when I don't know whether she was dropped necessarily, but when you've been starting games and you're not starting the next one, sometimes that gives you the fire in your belly to go, next time I get the opportunity, I need to make sure I show what I can do.
The play's allowed to continue. It would have been pulled back for a foul, but Chinchilla now striding forward, gets past a couple of Celtic players. It's cut back into the box, but there's Chloe Craig with a vital interception, because Kinga Kozak was arriving in the box. It was a good advantage played by referee Alistair Grieve as well.
It was great play from City down that left. I think that's been where they've been most dangerous. Started with Amy Muir striding forward. Good little interchange. Metallo with lovely weighted pass in behind. Chinchilla loves that. Tries to get on the end of it and gets the ball across, but snuffed out.
There was a booking there for Natasha Flint for the challenge. Just pulled Amy Muir back at the start of that move. Celtic defenders were down following a bit of a collision as Chinchilla skipped past them, but both okay to continue. Kelly Clark being one of those.
A lot of messages being passed on by the looks of it. I think we might see the Celtic goalkeeper go down injured. Yeah, there we go.
Right on cue.
Yeah. Really bad. Really sore one, looks like. They've almost been as well just asking the ref if he can just stop play for a few minutes. I think it went through about the whole Celtic team before it got to the goalkeeper.
I think there's been a booking on the Glasgow City bench as well. One of the coaching staff talking to from Alistair Grieve.
He possibly saw what we saw and wasn't too happy, but the referee will add this time on at the end, and it gives both teams a chance to have a quick pep talk, a few words to the different players, get some information onto the pitch. You know, still 5 minutes plus to play, so there's still plenty of time for goals to be scored.
Yeah, well, maybe just a few instructions from the Glasgow City staff as they try to find a way past this Celtic defence. Their best spell probably came at the end of the first half, Glasgow City. Pamela Tahana, the Celtic goalkeeper, is back up. There's Leanne Ross just considering her options at the moment, and Celtic look as if they're going to make a double change with 5 minutes left on the clock. It will be Lisa Robertson who makes way for Celtic. Onto the pitch is Taylor Otto. Second substitution it will be Jacinta. This afternoon is over. I think a few of the Glasgow City fans not really happy about how long it's taking Jacinta to get off the pitch, and it's Liv Ferguson that replaces her.
Yeah, a little bit of a quiet game for Jacinta today. She's been excellent for Celtic again this season, but today probably wasn't the day where she got the opportunity to get the ball in much space. City did a good job, I think, to limit the chances, and you know, I think with Celtic having the early goal, they've been quite comfortable to let City have it and play on the counter.
Liv Ferguson with the first chance to stretch her legs, wins a throw in after the interception from Claire Walsh, who thought that Glasgow City maybe should have had that decision go their way. Well, if the result is to stay the same, it will be the end to what has been a really disappointing week for Glasgow City. As you mentioned earlier on, over the years it's been rare for Glasgow City to suffer a defeat. Yes, the league has become more competitive now, but it would be 3 defeats in the space of a week. 3 tough games, played Celtic twice, Rangers once midweek. 3 big games, especially heading into what is a crucial period post-split where every game is absolutely crucial, every point is absolutely crucial because it's so tight at the top.
You're absolutely right, and they've still got Celtic to play once more, and Rangers. Brave defending there, Claire Walsh dribbling out. But yes, this is where it comes down to character. It's a psychological part of the game, and it's something that for so long City were so good at. I know when I've been here that there was times when we felt we didn't maybe have on paper the strongest team, lost players to down south, but we had that mentality, and it counts for a lot when you lose 3 times in a week to teams that are your rivals. It hurts, and it makes you ask those question marks that teams that have for so long been hoping City would start to ask themselves.
And on the flip side, Celtic, who have found real success in domestic cup competitions, certainly last season, and then this season, looks as if they are on the way to the Scottish Cup final.
Yeah, they have. They deserve credit for that. They've done very well, and once you get a taste of that, it makes you want it more and more. I think Fran Alonso's built a great team first and foremost, but also a structure within the club that's hopefully going to enable that success to be something they can continue.
Well, here's an attacking change for Glasgow City. Late in the game, it's Anna Oscarsson who comes off.
Yeah, I would imagine this is now 3 at the back for City, and it's just get the ball forward.
Yeah, Lisa Forrest coming on. Only turned 17 earlier on this month, Lisa Forrest. So it's a young front line at the moment. Forrest, 17 years old. Sophia Martin up top, only 16.
Yeah, and I think that's bright for City's future, and I think it's something that I enjoy seeing. I think we're starting to reap the rewards of some of these clubs having really good academy frameworks, starting to get kids in from a young age and learning and training and playing, you know, from 10, 11 years old and younger, I think too. But we're going to start to reap the rewards of that and see some young kids coming through with great talent, great ability.
Lisa Forrest playing against Celtic. Her brother James Forrest, you may recognise the name, plays for the Celtic men's team, and of course Alan Forrest at Hearts as well, another sibling of hers. But the minutes are ticking away here at Hampden. You'd think there would be quite a bit of injury time, just given that there's been a few stoppages in this game. Ferguson just drifted offside. There will be 5 minutes added here at Hampden. That's how long Glasgow City have to try and get back into this game, to try and force it into extra time.
Yeah, 5 will feel like it'll go quickly for one team and feel like an eternity for the other.
Can Glasgow City find that opening, find that one chance to unlock the Celtic defence? Martin, turned by Martin, and there's the run in behind. It's a huge chance, and what a save by Tahana, and the follow-up from Kozak goes wide. And that was a huge opportunity, the best of the game for Glasgow City. And Pamela Tahana in the Celtic goal makes the stop. And that is the moment that if Glasgow City lose this game, that they'll look back on.
Yeah, it's the 2 youngsters, great combination play. Martin feeding the ball through, and the goalkeeper stands tall. I thought Forrest did well, she took her time, she set herself. And just the goalkeeper stands and makes a brilliant save with her feet.
Yeah, well, just on the pitch, Lisa Forrest. Opportunity came really quickly for her. It's a wonderful through ball by Sophia Martin, who just held the ball up, picked the right opportunity. Smart run by Forrest as well. Just unable to guide it past the experienced Tahana.
Yeah, these are sometimes the moments when they don't go your way, you think, oh, is it going to be our day?
Tahana comes out and punches.
She does well, she likes to come, and credit to her there, you know, great punch.
There was Menglu trying to make the run up the park. I think she's maybe tiring a bit. She has done so much running in this game so far. You can just sense the tension has gone up another notch since that chance. The anticipation. Chinchilla cuts inside, holds on to it. Italo. It's going to be a free kick, and it's going to be a red card as well from Natalie Ross. A second booking for her. Celtic are going to have to see this game out with 10 players, and you wonder, does that open the door even more for Glasgow City? They've ramped up the pressure.
Yeah, you know, it'll also be a big loss for Celtic if the game does stay like this. Natalie Ross now missing the final. It's probably a ball she felt she was going to get there first. Chilla's so quick, just nicks it away, and you know, probably understands the position she's in the pitch too. She thinks, I'm not going to get a shot off here, and if I maybe play for the foul, I possibly can create a better chance for my team, and the resulting free kick means it's a second yellow.
Yeah, well, Mortallo did get the shot away, but it was pulled back by Alistair Grieve. You wonder, will it be a case of too little, too late for this Glasgow City side? Or is there a twist in this tale? It's been lined up by Davidson. Curls that one over the wall, and it's saved by Tahana, who does well to deny Davidson once again.
Yeah, she does. Good save. You know, similar free kick in the first half, and we saw Lauren Davidson drive it into the wall. This time she probably has a little more intentional effort to think, make the goalkeeper work. She does that, and it's a good save round the post.
Fulton's ball in. It's a crowded penalty area. The header goes goalwards, but it's blocked. You get the feeling they're getting closer, Glasgow City. However, time is running out. We're into the final minute of that 5 that was added, or maybe slightly more than that. Of course, it is a minimum of 5 that was added.
Yeah, there can't be long left. There won't be time for too many more opportunities.
For these last few seconds, Celtic will be camped in their own box. Can Glasgow City get the ball in there, cause a bit of chaos, find that opening? Celtic will just be happy to get that ball as far away as possible. Forced all the way back to Lee Gibson. And the full-time whistle sounds here at Hampden, and it's Celtic who come out on top in this game against Glasgow City. They booked their place to come back here for the Scottish Cup final against Rangers. It was a tense end to the match. Glasgow City pushed